Hello everyone, today our first piece of news comes from Nintendo Enthusiast and Wired.com, where they talk a lot about Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Switch and Metroid Other M. This bit of news includes remakes or ports of the old Mario Galaxy as well as Super Mario Galaxy 3. So, reading the news off first. And I put these two different news stories together, one's old and one's new, because they kind of go together, because if we talk about Mario Galaxy, we might as well talk about the Galaxy 3 that never got released. Starting out with Nintendo Enthusiast, they say, new Super Mario Galaxy and Other M trademarks could hint at Switch ports. According to a recent report shared by Nintendo Life. Also, before we get started in this, I wanted to mention that Super Mario Galaxy was already ported in HD officially by Nintendo to the Nvidia Shield tablet in China. So Nintendo already has a working HD version that does not use any type of motion control. So they could literally, and it's running on literally the same hardware as the Nintendo Switch. So it would almost be as simple as copying and pasting it to the Nintendo Switch, because it's running on like the exact same hardware. They just have to change a few minor things. They could literally probably get it done in like a day if they wanted to like not optimize it. But anyways, according to a recent report shared by Nintendo Life, Nintendo has filed for trademarks for two Wii classics, Super Mario Galaxy and Metroid Other M. One of those is not like the other, just so you guys know. Super Mario Galaxy everyone loves, and Metroid Other M is usually frowned upon by Metroid Prime fans. As the report indicates, the scope of these trademarks include a program for home video game machine, downloadable video game program, and program for smartphone. Of course, trademarks still do not mean that either game is official by any stretch. However, it does point to a possibility to see these two classics on the Nintendo Switch. Recently, the gaming industry has been abuzz with many rumors and speculation that Metroid Prime Trilogy was rumored to be announced at the Game Awards. Even though this announcement didn't occur, that didn't eliminate the chances of the Wii title ever receiving the Switch treatment. As Nintendo Life highlights, Nintendo does have other trademarks of Wii games in its back pocket, like The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which was also another game that was officially ported in HD to the Nvidia Shield tablet thing. What's special about these games? Alright, so we don't really need to cover that. The real news is that it was trademarked. So Nintendo is planning something with it, although the smartphone trademark is a bit odd, but maybe they're just covering all of their bases. So going to the old news about Super Mario Galaxy 3 that I just think is interesting. This comes from wired.co.uk, where they say Pikmin 4 close to completion, says Nintendo's Miyamoto. This also includes Super Mario Galaxy 3, because he spoke about them in literally the same sentence. Miyamoto says, Nintendo, or, no? Okay, I guess they don't have the exact quote not here. Super Mario Galaxy 3 is possible, but would be on new Nintendo hardware. This was also, I believe it was the same interview where they talked about Pikmin 4, because they mentioned that it was one of the first times Miyamoto himself mentioned the Nintendo NX before it was known as the Switch. Eurogamer, yeah, because they even referenced the same Eurogamer interview. Eurogamer has had the opportunity to interview Mr. Miyamoto about a number of things, including the highly requested Super Mario Galaxy 3. The game has to be one of the most requested titles by Nintendo, and Shigeru Miyamoto knows this. However, he says that if they did make a new Super Mario Galaxy game, it would be on new Nintendo hardware, which presumably means the Nintendo NX. He says, a new Mario Galaxy is always in discussion, but even with Mario 64 there was a lot of feedback about motion sickness with 3D, or maybe using... I cannot read today, maybe us making it too difficult. Going back to our roots in making new Super Mario Bros, anyone can play that, Miyamoto continued, so that's why we went back. I hate when people do that, they just cut off the quote by putting in blah blah says. It's like, why not just put the entire quote and then have something after or before, not literally in the middle, interrupting the quote. Yeah. We're always thinking...
Literature effect.
Yeah. Is there a middle ground where people who do enjoy the 3D worlds of Galaxy and those who enjoy New Super Mario Bros. Can both enjoy it? We're always looking at these opportunities, he added. On the other hand, me and Koizumi, directors of Galaxy, are always looking to challenge Galaxy and do another 3D action title. However, we can't make so many games at once in parallel. But as the hardware technology gets better and advances, I think there will be a lot of opportunity for both options. Wii U is definitely good enough in terms of hardware performance. It is more the workload of the team. If you look at the Star Fox Zero, the TV and gamepad are both rendered in 60 frames. So in total, that's 120 frames. It's really just a matter of the CPU speed at this point. This is weird. I found two separate interviews that they reference. Or I found, the one interview that they both reference. But both of these articles just mention the one game, where he talks about both of them in the one. And at one point, he even says that they're both in production. And I think he even said Pikmin 4 was closer to being completed. But they separated the interviews, or maybe these are just completely different interviews with Eurogamer, which is weird. Anyways, I should have done a bit more research looking up the articles. I just assumed if someone was talking about one of the games, they would also have the parts about the other, but maybe these sites just like breaking it up and spreading it out to make more news stories for people to click on.
Probably.
Bad websites. Yeah, so basically, I wanted to bring up and talk about Miyamoto's old quotes and everything on Super Mario Galaxy 3, and on a lighter note, Pikmin 4, while there were also trademarks of I almost said New Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy, the original, being trademarked. And with the old Super Mario Galaxy already being like remade or ported or whatever for a Switch-like device, I think this gives more credit or more of a possibility to it actually being brought to the Nintendo Switch. So, anyways, Daniel, since you are the resident Pikmin fan, and have been streaming Pikmin recently.
Ish.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on all this?
Okay, so first off, Mario Galaxy 3. I think we mentioned it on the podcast before, but my personal opinion is that it developed and changed over time, and that became Mario Odyssey. And it plays pretty well the same. It feels like a sequel to the Galaxy games. It just fits the bill. So Pikmin. Oh god. I hope he didn't mean Hey Pikmin on the 3DS. Because that's not a Pikmin game. That's a game that has Pikmin in it. But that's not Pikmin 4. Not.
No. It was made by a completely different team than the Pikmin team.
That's true, and he specifically mentions in the article
the Pikmin team.
The Pikmin team are always working on the next one, blah, blah, blah. Have to keep in mind that they pulled a real Metroid here by waiting almost a decade between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 came out in, what, 2013, 2012, 2013? I'm going to check. The article says 2013. So I'm going with that. So, I mean, you know, there's still time.
Wait, that article was 2013?
No, the article says Pikmin 3 came out in 2013.
Okay. Sorry. I was going to say, like, were they talking about the NX like a year after the Wii U launched? I don't remember that.
Goodness, that would be...
It's like, hey guys, sorry about last year. We're just going to move on.
We'll just move that along. No, yeah, so I think there's still time for Pikmin 4 to come out. If it does come out on Switch, you would believe we'll be streaming it. But I'd be hella excited. I would. I think my biggest thing though is that they need to make it a little longer. Pikmin 3 was really great, but a really short game. So I'm just saying, unless you really, really suck at it, then I guess it could last long. But I always end up finishing the game in less than 30 in-game days, and with like 2 months of supplies left. So, but yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if it seems like it would be a pretty it seems like a pretty straightforward thought process. I mean, these other games, I could see them having a Wind Waker kind of effect with Metroid, where everyone hated Other M upon its release, and then maybe if it's re-released, people will suddenly be like, "Hey, remember this game was good?" and suddenly everyone likes it. I don't know.
Would you be one of those people?
I don't know. I never played it, so that's the only Metroid game that I haven't played.
You mean the Metroid super fan hasn't played the newest 3D Metroid game?
I haven't played Other M or Federation Force, I guess. So, but when Federation Force came out, I didn't have a 3DS yet.
I bet you haven't even played Zelda either, have you?
Well, that's different.
Those amiibo, the poster, that shield behind you, it's all lies.
That's all a facade. The really expensive facade. But anyways, it seems like a pretty straightforward process. I mean, if they want our money, I know they want it. So porting games over makes sense. And I think it would be pretty easy to translate those Wii games over to the Switch. Especially Other M was played with a sideways Wii remote, which is super weird. So you could play that game with a single Joy-Con and you'd have buttons to spare. So then mapping it to a Pro Controller would be even easier.
Did you have to play with the sideways Wiimote?
Yeah, it was played that way. I remember. Well, I don't know if that was the way you have to play it, but I remember seeing I watched the video about in the trailers and stuff, and that was their control scheme. It was a sideways Wii remote for your main thing, and then when you went into like first person mode, you just would turn the Wii remote to point at the screen and use the pointer controls. So,
did you ever see that ad that I posted a while back of some company trying to sell Nintendo Switches, and for the two people on the couch playing with the Joy-Cons, they had fake giant Joy-Cons?
What?
Yeah.
To make them look bigger?
Yeah. So that they were more noticeable in the picture, but they were obviously fake, and they were like more... It wasn't just like they were bigger versions of the Joy-Con, they were just like a lot wider.
Weird.
Like the size of an actual controller, but they were Joy-Cons.
That's so weird.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Really weird.
Did you see the thing where the guy claimed to have invented the Nintendo Labo piano?
Yeah. Yeah, that was on like
weird.
the Chinese...
The China's Got Talent sort of thing.
Yeah. And
I think I saw that in my recommended videos, and I was like, huh? And so I just
it out,
did it.
And it has a big Nintendo Labo logo on it, and he's like, yeah, I invented this. And he has 2 Nintendo Switches.
What? It's like, this was worthy of being on China's Got Talent.
Didn't know that what Nintendo was, so they believed him and everything, and then he got roasted online. There's a fun little bonus news for everybody.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Hilarious. At the same time, that guy should have been like de-pantsed in front of everyone or something for like claiming a huge lie like that
on national television.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I saw this video of a student giving a geography presentation, and it was on Wakanda.
I seen that video too. It's hilarious.
And the teacher's like, wait, so what? So they have a bunch of, what's vibranium? And everyone in the class is laughing. And she's like, are you messing with me? And he's like, no, like a bunch of celebrities talk about it. And she's like, oh, okay, no, I haven't heard of this. And everyone's like, how have you not heard of Wakanda?
Oh my god.
He even shows pictures of some of the people, like T'Challa. And she's never seen them.
Oh, I love it.
That's what it made me think of. I'm watching the video and I'm like, if she goes home and looks that up, she's either A, gonna fail him and he's gonna be in huge trouble because he didn't do the assignment, not properly anyway, or 2, she's gonna give him an A because that was hilarious and he actually did do it, it just wasn't a real place.
Yeah, he did a lot of research.
It was a great presentation.
It's real to me.
What do you guys have to say about this now that I've derailed the discussion again?
No, so Ilya, what are your thoughts? Would you like to have the Mario Galaxies?
Well, I haven't played the first two, so if they were ported to the Switch, I would totally play them. Actually, sad story, when my grandmother, my grandparents were the ones that got me my Wii. A little bit, maybe like a year after it came out, because I really wanted Wii Sports. Because I had something called an iToy, for anyone who remembers that system. I don't remember. I think it was like for the PlayStation or something. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that, like, I think we lost it. Actually, really sad. So I really wanted the motion controls and things like that. And so my mom and brother, for like the same like celebration, it was like my birthday or something, got me a couple of games, and one of them was Super Mario Galaxy. I am trying to remember what the other one was. I don't think Animal Crossing was out yet, so I didn't have that. Anyway, and they asked, they were actually, no, it was a board games. It was a Wii DVD thing, a disc of board games, and they said, "Are you actually interested in the Mario game?" And I was like, "I'll probably never play it." So we returned it and switched it out for something else. And I kept the board game, which I never played. At the time, I didn't care about Mario. I was like 13? It wouldn't be until years later that I would start getting back into it. It was really sad. So I have a stupid board game thing, but I don't have Super Mario Galaxy, which was my own choice. And to be fair, I wouldn't have played it until now. If I'm honest. I only ever played a little bit of Mario 64 and a little bit of Sunshine. I liked Sunshine, but I stunk at it. I stunk at all games, let's be honest. I still stink at games. So yes, I would love if they were ported, because then I could play them. I could play them now on my Wii, but why not wait and see if they get ported? I'd rather do that. I play my Switch more anyway. And as far as Super Mario Galaxy 3, I haven't played the first two, so I don't know if one would be good or not. So I can't speak to a third one.
There's no real like 3, but I mean that's kind of what it's basically what Mario Odyssey is. It's just basically Super Mario.
Imagine, yeah.
I think it began as
which
Galaxy
I need to
3.
finish. I don't even know. I stopped at one point right before the first time you fight Bowser because I got scared and ran away.
What? Odyssey's a great.
I always get scared before boss fights, even in Mario, even though they're like super easy. Although I know the Bowser one has a trick moment.
You always jump on their head 3 times.
Even Zelda. It's because, well, maybe not Mario, but Zelda, they're so atmospheric that I freak out.
Jump on their head 3 times?
Yeah.
No. I get freaked out. Like, even when I finally started playing Ocarina of Time all the way through on my own when I was 15, I was like practically in tears when I went to fight Goma.
Oh no.
It
was
creepy,
easy,
though.
But I was.
Did you nail
the thing
that
is,
vibe?
I was so petrified that I was mashing. What's it on there? The B button when I had knocked Goma down. That I got her out in 2 strikes.
Wow.
Like I only had to knock her down twice instead of 3 times. My brother was like, "You're really freaked out," and I'm like, "I know."
But you done it.
And then I did King Dodongo, which was like so heckin' easy.
I'm so hungry. I could eat a Dodongo.
Oh my god.
That's great. All right, so
anyway, that was off topic, but yes, I would love if they were ported.
So Daniel, final question here.
Bananas,
if you could have a choice, Galaxy 3 or Odyssey 2?
Odyssey 2. I really like the capture mechanic. It gives like a lot of variety to the gameplay. And I guess I'm also biased. I never played Galaxy, so
you need more Bowsette.
You mean Peachowser?
Peachowser, yeah.
You
know that's the more accurate.
There's something wrong with Nintendo's with Nintendo's.
What was that?
Base.
What was that? Was that Southern Ilya coming out to play?
Don't worry, Ilya. I
It's
can't speak
southern,
tonight
not
either.
southern.
It is southern. Excuse me, I'm Canadian.
Southern.
Southern because it's south and it is earn.
Technically, you're further south in your country than I am.
It's true. I'm like right at the border, so I'm like the most south of Canada.
And actually, if I go any further south, I become less southern territory.
Well,
Because Florida, the more north you are, the more southern you are, culturally speaking.
that's ironic.
All right.
Yeah. Everywhere else, it's like
Hugely
Cuban.
ironic.
Daniel, do you want to take the Switch Pro thing?
Okay.
Because I think
Take it.
I always look too hard into the way Nintendo words things. Because if they just say no, then it still could be a yes because of their past patterns. But he doesn't even say no in this. He just says, like, the current Switch, I think is what he says, which implies that there is not there's another one. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, let's jump into it. I like Jesse's headline. Reggie is ready. So, okay, but
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.